Whoa, dudes and dudettes, it's Dan Mitre, totally the community manager here for DICE to talk to you about the latest update to Battlefield 1 called the Easter Update, which we're actually releasing before Easter on Sunday, April 1st, since we have to keep the tradition of releasing patches every single month, even if it impacts both the breadth and depth of the things that we put in the patches, as evidenced by the massive stutter issues from the last update, which rendered the game unplayable for about a week. Wow, man. Oh, and the name of the update isn't confusing at all, even if it's the March patch named for a holiday that's actually in April. Boom, mind blown. I mean, we could call it the spring update, but the weather thus far hasn't really cooperated with that designation either. Anyways, on to the fixes. We've incorporated the mid-round team balancer that was tested with the Apocalypse maps on the CTE way back before they were rolled out too close to the preceding DLC. This has been a plug-in feature for rented servers for several Battlefield titles now, but since EA decided to be greedy and want all of the money, the only rental servers are official DICE ones owned by EA that don't have access to these basic functions from Games Pass, so we have to reinvent the wheel. Fucking nerf herders. So here's how this works. The balancer will take effect when there are 10 or more players in the server and the team size differs by at least 3 players. At that point, the beepity bop will evaluate the candidates for being team switched by their score and time in the match on that particular team, so that people that haven't been contributing to the team will be more likely to be moved. So this way you need to step your fucking game up, scrubs, as well as people in parties will not be separated and those in squads will be less likely to be moved. Once the players are chosen, like Gozer did to Ray and Ghostbusters, they will not be moved until they go back to the spawn screen. So forget about the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Dude, that's making my head hurt, bro. The other major update was to fix the gnarly lighting bloom that would overexpose outside areas when looking out of a window. Meanwhile, what we had in the game is actually what a person would see when looking out a window from a dark room, but the dweebs that play our game don't either 1, go or look outside ever, nor 2, bother having windows in their parents' basement even though the room is dark in a similar situation. So, we didn't remove the exposure bloom system in its entirety that should fix all of the problems, but instead, we're gonna do just the bare minimum like Joanna in Office Space. We adjusted the biggest problem areas like on Amiens, Sinai Desert, Soissons, Galicia, and Heligoland Bite. I'm sure that there's more areas that we missed, so be sure to complain about them on Reddit so that we can go through and fix them painstakingly one by one, even though this game is on its last legs, because I know you nerds love Easter eggs, hence why we did this fix in the Easter patch, get it? So that you guys can seek out other areas that we missed. The only other things in the patch are some tubular map exploit fixes, updating tripwires to actually only explode when people trip on them, as their name implies, and instead of nerfing the heavy bomber, we actually buffed it on Caporetto due to a spawn glitch, giving it damage before you'd even take off. Oh, and we're reintroducing, like Jay-Z, the Fire and Ice Operation campaign, which includes both French and Russian DLC maps until April 9th, and for all of you plebs that didn't throw extra money at the screen to fill our empty vessel of a game, Battlefield 1 Premium Trials will begin tomorrow, March 29th, and end on Saturday, March 31st, so that you could play all of the maps in the game for free without having to buy premium. However, in this patch we did not include the 8 variants of already existing weapons in the game that were included in the latest CTE patch, which had all of those other fixes I talked about earlier, but not the new weapons, and it would actually make people want to play our game again. Bummer, bro. Speaking of the CTE, we're ending support on the 2 platforms platforms that have the bigger player population, the PS4 and the Xbox One, for the one with the least amount of players, the PC, because hashtag PC Master Race, and there's no weird certification process for our own Origin platform. Although we should probably do some quality assurance though, because there's a problem with the balancer that we just rolled out in the patch, which puts more than 32 players on a team sometimes. Well shit, I guess we'll just have to rip that part out, thus leaving the patch with only minor map and UI updates. Damn it, we're not even as good as those script kiddies making plugins for rental servers. Well, at least when we eventually fix this, we won't have to give away one superior battle pack and 1,000 scraps to everyone logging in before March 31st as a mea culpa for that stuttering issue that took the game down for about a week. Damn it, man, why do we always have these Mondo fuck-ups?